today there's been a lot of people asking me to read this, and by the cover you can see today we're going to read How the Grinch Stole Christmas! It is by Dr. Seuss, but there's one person who first mentioned this, and we're going to shout them out. Mahal Koeng Lahat. And that's the person who said I should read this book first. And then all of you started saying it, and then, well, we decided to get it. So, How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. For Teddy Owens. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. There's a Who with a leaf. And they're happy. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was two sizes too small. And there's him on this case. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, heeding the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. A mistletoe wreath. And their stockings hanging their stockings, and they're hanging their stockings. He smiled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with the Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew. There's the houses. Who? All the Who golden boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. And all the kids would start to worry. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas thing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it. Now I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. How was it wonderful and awful? Maybe it's wonderful for him and awful too. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scared, there was none to be found. But did this stop old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some mud friend and he tied a big horn on top of his head.
So he's the new reindeer now.
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on the ramcrush sled, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" and the sled started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. And it's snowing, and they're going down the hill. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and climbed into the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace grill, where the 2 little Who's stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he grinned, "are the first things to go." And he's gonna take the stockings first. Then he slithered and slunk, with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drum skates, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. And he stuffed them in bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney. Then he slunk into the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took Who pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. "Why," said the Grinch, "even took their last can of Who hash." So now their fridge is empty. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. "And now," grinned the Grinch, "I will stuff up the tree." So he's taking all their presents and their feasts, and the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove, when he heard a small sound, like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" But you know that old Grinch was smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," of the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child, when he patted her head and got her a drink, and he sent her off to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went down the chimney and stuffed up the tree. To the tree and stuffed up the tree. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. And then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And then one speck of food that he left in that house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.
That's all he left. But he left the rooms alone because then they could.
And then he did the same thing to the other Who's house. Leaving crumbs was much too small for the other Who's mouse. The 1:15, all the Who's still in bed, all the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, their ribbons and wrappings, the ties and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. And he has all the things. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Comet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh, 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 pooh to the roof. He was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. But then the Who's down and Whoville will all cry, boo hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch. I simply must hear. So he paused and the Grinch put his hand on his ear. And he did hear the sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then started to growl. I wonder what the sound is. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzled and stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled for 3 hours till the puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. The end. So there was a message in that book, and it's that even without presents, that Christmas is still a fun day to celebrate, because for my Christmas, a lot of my family comes over, and we go to like Christmas plays and stuff, and like we do a bunch of that fun stuff. But I do like getting presents, but I also like having fun with my family. And so that was our story today. If you guys want to send me any books, you can just do the thing, and then I'll tell you how to send it to me, and so you can send me a book. Like, we bought this book, but you can send us a book that you want me to read for the days of Christmas, because I would love that, and I'd also sponsor you if you do your name. So, see you all next time. Goodbye! Oh, wait, before you go, today, just a reminder, was the 7th day of Christmas, I think. Okay, now, bye!